Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I am Lindsay, the housewife historian, and we're talking Real Housewives of Beverly Hills today. We're talking Real Housewives of New Jersey today. We have a lot to talk about, so make sure that you guys hit that like button when you're coming in. Drop a comment, let me know where you're watching from. I love to chat with you guys. If you have any questions, put in the comments. I will be watching the comments throughout the video, but make sure that you guys hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, turn your notifications on, because I'm always bringing you guys tea through YouTube first, and I just come on live and we talk about it, so I don't really give a lot of notice if it's something exclusive. And today we have, well, not exclusive, but pretty much breaking tea. We have Dina Manzo. It's coming out like 3 hours ago, thanks to Freddie. It was dropped that she and her husband David have bought a $16 million mansion, Malibu mansion, if you will. And then we have the rumors from Beverly Hills about Dorito not paying for a home aid health nurse who has been forced to sue her now to get her $8,600. Crazy. So just before we get into all of this, guys, make sure that you know that everything in this video is alleged. Everything is alleged. Okay. Let's get into some of this. First, do you guys want to start with Dorito, or we can talk about Dina Manzo? We can also talk about the fact that All About the Truth came out with emails from the Sun that state that the Sun editor actually looked up John Fuda's baby mama. It was not Louis. I wanted to touch on this especially because it is pretty ridiculous to even say that Louis would need to hire someone to find John Fuda's ex. If we knew she was incarcerated, that makes it very easy because it's an institution. All of the info is going to be online and available, because as soon as somebody enters the prison system in the state, you are assigned a prison number. Okay, this number becomes your social security number. It is your name, it is your first, your last, your social. um that's it. You could literally send somebody mail and not put their name on it and just put their prison number on it, and it will make it to them. Okay, so obviously if you have a loved one that goes to prison and you want to contact them, they just got there, you're gonna have to get their prison number. And to eliminate people calling the prison all day long asking for their loved one's prison number, they make it available online, and it's probably right next to visitor application forms. Hint, hint. Oh, Barbara, thank you for telling me. Hold on. All right, guys, let me know if that's better for you. I went ahead and changed my connection. Barbara was letting me know that I was freezing and my mouth was in slow motion. So, guys, let me know if you can hear and see me and your connection is good. I don't want it freezing on you guys at all. Thank you, Barbara, for letting me know. Thank you. Yes, please don't forget, help my channel. The Gorgas blame Teresa. Everything is Teresa's fault. Okay, guys, hopefully the connection is good and you guys can hear and see me and everything is up to speed. Okay, awesome. Let's get into this. So, back to the fact that All About the Truth posted the emails from the editor of The Sun, whom allegedly reached out to Brittany, John Fuda's baby mama, to find out about what was going on. If you remember, she actually released an article. I think the Sun interviewed her while she was incarcerated, and she is now in a transitional control home. So she actually reached out to the Sun and said, like, to the person she had spoke with, the email says, "Hey, just out of curiosity, how did you find me?" The person replies, who is again from the Sun, says, I want to read it for you guys directly. Hold on one second. She found in the background check, and it was just for herself. Why doesn't that affect you that she got the background check? See here. Okay. So the Sun replied, "Oh, sorry, I was on a long flight today. Media has access to a portal. We look up people, and you were found as a relative slash acquaintance of John, And then court docs confirmed it. It wasn't Louis, LOL. But the son must have known that John changed his name, because I'm assuming he wasn't a Fuda when he was with Britney, because of the fact that allegedly he was like partying, taking part in some of the illicit behavior that we aren't going to get into. But allegedly he was taking part in some of that, and that's why he changed his last name to Fuda, to kind of clean up his record. So my guess would have been that the media was well aware that John had changed his last name, and we just hadn't been put onto it yet. My question has still been, I haven't had a chance to look up any sort of documentation on his name change and when it took place, because I have been very curious if he changed his last name. I'm thinking he probably was like dating Rachel and he changed his last name. He still would have had to have changed his son's last name, unless if when his mother, John Fuda's mother, whom I think Fuda is her married last name, if I'm correct, she had custody of the child for some time as well, and maybe she did the name change to Fuda, and then he changed his name to Fuda so that his last name would match his son when he took over custody. That's what we have there. Let's talk a little bit about Dorito. Okay, guys, just one of those days, I guess. That's just, they don't want us talking, I guess, about Real Housewives today. Okay, I'm back. I apologize. So, anyways, John Fuda, basically, we were able to debunk the lies that Louis was the one that reached out to his baby mama. It was not Louis, it was most definitely the editor from The Sun. And again, Britney was the one who changed, who did the interview with The Sun. I'm sure she probably, like, she got a little bit of money out of it, which who wouldn't, right? Then we also have, again, All About the Truth posted a comment. Well, it wasn't a comment, it was a post from Richie Walkeely. Okay, guys, remember Kathy and Richie Walkeely? If you want a good time, go check out Richie's Twitter. He's since moved it to like private, but whoo, he is a political man. I know, Barbara, I hope you guys are not. I'm gonna basically, I think I'm gonna just come out of this video and start a new video, guys, because I want to make sure that everything is up to date in audio. So I'm gonna comment, I'm gonna let you guys know. I'm just gonna go out of this, come right back, start a brand new live. If you guys can't hear me, Deb says now she can hear me. Lisa says, I thought Fuda changed his name when he married. That's what we were allegedly told. That story is not correct, is what we're finding out. That's not correct. It's not because he got married. Again, there would have to be some sort of documentation when you have a child's last name that's changed. Like, you have to go file that with the courts, and then you also have to serve the other parent, like legally serve them with paperwork, what they signed for it, before they could give you permission to change the last name. And if you're unable to reach that parent and you don't have a good address for them, then you have to post it in the newspaper for like 30 days. It's not as easy as just going to the courthouse, paying a little bit of money and changing a name. So I'm assuming maybe he changed it when he started dating Rachel. Maybe he like cleaned his life up and got with Rachel, and I don't know. That would be my assumption. What if he was with Britney 7 years? I think they said 7 years. They were partying, they were hanging out, they were doing their thing. She's been in and out of, I'm sure rehabs and institutions. John comes from a little bit of money. When he got in trouble, I'm sure mom showed up, bailed him out, got him a, criminal attorney. Like, those things make a difference. And also, it sounds like if John's mom had custody of his son, I wonder where Brittany's parents are, right? So it does seem like John's mom was the more stable person out of their family dynamic. Is that the way to say it? Because I have heard that she took care of the son um, for some time. That's why allegedly Brittany also has another child whose father was friends with John, and he came out and made statements that him and John used to hang out. They would let the boys play together because they were half brothers. And then once John got with Rachel, changed his last name. Now he's Mr. Now I guess the sons aren't allowed to play together. I guess allegedly John doesn't allow his son to see his brother. Now that could be for a multitude of reasons. Maybe the kid's bad or something. Maybe, who knows? But John didn't care about the last name thing until Rachel came in. She wanted to be famous, and even Kim D spilled the tea. I think that's when her son met Melissa's son, and they were on that ball team together. Rachel, seeing that Melissa was on RHONJ, wanted a spot on there, so she made him clean up his name. Girl, guys, hello. Rachel and Brittany were working out at the gym with Frank way before she was with John Fuda. And there's even rumors that she was that they were working out at the gym together. It was Brittany and Frank and Rachel. Frank was training them. Frank was still on the show. Like, they had ties to the show before she ever got with John Fuda. And let's also not forget, guys, hello, I posted a picture of John Fuda and Joe Gorga from 2005. 2005. So, again, New Jersey, the tangled web that they weave out there, everyone is connected to everyone. So John Fuda, Joe Gorga, friends allegedly since at least 2005, right? Rachel and Brittany going to the gym that Frank, I think him and Dolores owned it, and he was a trainer there. And they were working out and training. That's when she was Bravo Lover 1, 2, 3, 4. Come on, guys. Hey, Angel Eyes says Rachel was vying for the spot for many years. She even admitted to becoming Melissa's friend just to be close to a celebrity. My God, she was making. Apparently, mom and dad had a terrible divorce. I think that's when her son. Oh, we read that one. Oh, 1 second. Yes, I think he changed his name to clean up his record too. Rachel was hunting a spot all in New Jersey, so she was with Frank working out. She said she wanted to be a Fuda because John had family business on the Fuda name. Yes, they were working. Hi, Yo-Yo. I'm so sorry. I hope that you are well today. I did 2 videos before listed on a post for you guys, but it's everything that we're chatting about, but they're just like straight and to the point. So Joe Gorga has a problem talking badly to females. There's a lot of nerve saying that to Louis. Joey is a celebrity. Oh my goodness, he's a goofball. Did y'all hear about Carlos King and David's interview today? Yes, I did, Rachel. It was good. It was very good. It was funny. David Yontiv, I think that David and Carlos are like so different, but so much alike in this kind of way that they really vibe really good together. And David really had Carlos like laughing because I think they've like interviewed enough together that they're super comfortable with each other enough that they can pick up on each other's vibes. It's hard when you're not in person to interview and talk with people. Even if you can see them face to face, it's not the same as being able to see like their body. Like it's hard sometimes. So if you vibe with someone and you're able to chat with them and they can have an understanding of what you're saying, it's a good thing. And it looks like that's what Carlos and David had going, and they were talking about Josephine Gorga. Carlos like literally practically screamed when David said Josephine Gorga. He's like, in all my years, I never heard anyone call him Josephine Gorga. funny. Lisa says angel eyes. I knew that, but I thought Rachel had the tile money. No, girl. There seems to be lots of reasons for him to change his name. The tile business comes from the mother, and I'm not sure if it's because the mother married into it after she had John. I think that was what Kim D said. Does that sound right to everyone, that she either was married to a Fuda after she was with John's dad or before? Yeah, that's one of them boys. We're all team together. Are you excited for Beverly Hills? Yes, Cancer Queen. Are we all excited for Beverly Hills? Yes, yes, yes. Let's talk a little bit about Doritos. So we have a claim coming from a HomeHealth nurse. Okay, back from November 16th through the 20th, I think. I'm gonna read you guys a little bit of the article. I won't bore you with the entire thing, but it's pretty interesting that would have been perfect timing, because we know that the Real Housewives of the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills took a break from filming. They took a pause after they wrapped. They typically film through the holiday. We've seen them film through the holiday for many years. But they took a wrap in. Sorry, guys, just checking these comments. They took a pause in filming, and so it would make sense that if Dorito was going to have any sort of plastic surgery, that she would do it before Thanksgiving and Christmas, especially before Christmas, but at least a couple of weeks before Thanksgiving, right? So let's get into this. The poor, and now I'm like, is this how rich people get rich? They don't pay the people that they don't have to. I swear I don't understand. Okay, this is going to be one of the top stories. Good for this nurse for coming out. This is exclusive from Radar Online. Dorit Kemsley, which we call her Dorito on this channel as a term of endearment, not because we hate her. We just, Doritos are delicious. Okay. Real Housewives of Beverly Hills star Dorito Kemsley has been dragged to court by a private nurse. So she would be an independent contractor who claims the reality star stiffed her after she helped her recover from a plastic surgery procedure, RadarOnline.com has learned. According to court documents obtained by Radar Online earlier this year, Dorito was sued by a woman named Natalie Vanderstay. It demanded the Bravo star pay $8,600 in damages. Guys, this is not even that much. $8,600. That's like a purse to Dory. Why would, like, pay these people? I just hate that. The nurse said, in quote, I'm a private duty nurse. I provide medical services, and I provided medical service for Dorit. She had plastic surgery. She hired my services for day and overnight care to monitor and assess her pain, administration of her medications and treatments as directed by her physician's orders, as well as address all her medical needs and concerns. She submitted an invoice to Dorit, and Dorit refused to pay her. So this is a HomeHealth nurse who is a independent contractor who charges $100 an hour. She had to do overnight while aiding for Dorit for several days, and now Dorit won't pay her. Dorit didn't even show up in court, and she was served the paperwork. So let's not let Dorit off the hook here, guys, because first of all, it's not like you just file paperwork and you have a court date when you have a situation where somebody owes you money. You go back and forth just with the filing and the answer paperwork several different times as an opportunity to try to settle before actually even having to go to court. So the fact that this even went to court means that Dorit is literally ignoring probably this woman's request for her money. Let's think about what this would be like for someone if they were hardworking and they came up on somebody that was wealthy and a Real Housewives of Beverly Hills needing their services, that they were going to be going to their beautiful Hollywood, I'm sorry, they're in the Valley, but going to their mansion, seeing all the money that they have, leaving her home, her children, to go take care of this woman who's having plastic surgery, more money. She can afford the plastic surgery, but she can't afford the care to take care of her afterwards. That seems insane to me. Radar Online admits that we've been seeing money problems, gambling debts from PK. They bring up, of course, the casino from the Bellagio, the $3.7 million debt that PK had accumulated that was paid off after last year. Um, Deb, back to John Fuda. She said Rachel Fuda paid to get on. Is that true? She gave $500K to the execs. I don't know if they could take $500K. Maybe it was in a gift card. Maybe Rachel got on the show with a gift card. It's possible. She could have gave maybe she gave Melissa a gift card. She gave her Tile. She could have gave her a gift card. They are talking about in the comments, guys, they're talking about the interview with Martinis with Eddie, Jennifer Aiden, who talked on the phone with Teresa live. It was a great interview, and sadly, very sadly, they were made to. Well, Brad wasn't. He was made to take it down. So, I don't know if the audio is still circulating. That's something else for you guys. Okay. Let's talk about the fact that did you guys see pictures of Margaret Josephs with Sheree Whitfield and who else was it? It was Sheree Whitfield and somebody else. Oh, Tamara Judge and her husband. Did you guys see these in New York? I thought that was very strange. There was more photos that were in circulation from. I saw the one of just Margaret and her husband and Tamara and her husband, which is really shady of Tamara, considering, again, when Teresa and Louis were out in California at the movie awards, and Louis and Teresa were in line next to Tamara and Eddie, and I think they ended up sitting next to them as well. They went out afterwards, got shit-faced drunk, were dancing on each other, having a great time. Teresa was telling Tamara, I wish that you were, lived in New Jersey. You're so much fun, yada, yada, yada. We also know of a time when Tamara said 13 or 14 years ago when Teresa and her husband at the time, Joe Giudice, came out to California and partied with her and her husband, I guess then, which would have been Simon. And something happened that she's kept a secret for all these years because she made sure to tell us that on her podcast. She never told us quite what the secret was. She just basically threatened Teresa without threatening her. And now we see her hanging out with Margaret Josephs. So Kelly says, Rachel didn't give cash to get on the show. I think that was a misunderstanding. She did, however, give tile and cabinets in the entire house to Marge and Melissa. Marge's kitchen, I actually like that kitchen. Yeah, so I think that I actually think that was sort of a planned payback to Teresa. Like, oh, look at Tamara hanging out with Margaret. I wonder what Tamara's telling Margaret, because Tamara seems to think this 13-year-old rumor or whatever that happened when they were out partying one night is going to matter at this point. I don't know. Like, girl, bye. Come on now, please. Like, be worried about the OC. Y'all are hanging on by a thread over there, girl. Come on. Anyways, also, thank you, Freddie. I don't know if you're watching, but he posted on his story on Instagram. Freddie, you guys know Freddie that comes on Terrell's World. He's been on my channel too. He posted Dina Manzo. Actually, her and her husband just purchased a $16 million Malibu mansion, and let me tell you about it, guys. Okay. I also want to talk to you guys about how they describe the house and Dina and everything. It just had dropped, actually. The article had just dropped a few hours ago. Okay, it's going to be coming from dirt.com. So this is pretty exclusive, guys, because it just dropped 2 hours ago. Real Housewives of Alumni, Dina Manzo buys $16 million estate. Okay, this woman's gorgeous. Well, it was 15.9. Let me read you a little bit about it, okay? Now, again, this is Dina and David. This is David that allegedly had the private plane that Louis had the falling out with, may or may not have. But listen to what this article says. It says last month, a gracious estate described in its listing as the most coveted offering sold for $16 million. Records now indicate the buyers were automotive industry mogul David Catan and his wife, the former Dina Manzo, who is widely known to the public for starring in the first two table flipping seasons of The Real Housewives of New Jersey and for her close friendship with fellow housewife Teresa Giudice. Originally built in 94, the Tuscan Villa-styled house was sold in late 2020 for $4.8 million. In 3 years for 812, it's nearly tripled. The buyer was Lynn Schneider, widow of late Philadelphia billionaire Ed Schneider, who subsequently hired the architect Mike Appleton to transform the property into a contemporary magazine-ready showpiece. The result, seen in the imagery, is a decidedly luxe and sophisticated home bathed in warm and neutral tones, framing a clean-lined, minimalistic aesthetic. It's 6,000 square feet behind a gate, and it has a motor court and an entryway framed by olive trees and other Mediterranean plantings. This home is beautiful, and it is big. Fireplace off of Ocean View Master Suite offers fireplace, private balcony, marble bathroom, 2 closets, lounge, glam room, bedrooms, upstairs, downstairs, maids' quarters, patios, grand scale entertaining, fire pit, seating area, shaded by the olive trees. There's a big grassy lawn for play, and at the far rear of the property lies a secluded pool/spa combo ideal for romantic rendezvous. The listing also notes the landscaping was designed by veteran design from studio William Hefner, who also designed plans for ADU guest house that could potentially be added to the property. So then it goes on to mention, this is why I'm not sure who the article came from. It mentions Dina Manzo being in the in VH1's My Fabulous Wedding. Remember, I told you guys that Dina Manzo and Tommy Manzo were actually married on a reality show. It was on VH1. It's been scrubbed from the internet. I have it in my memory. Okay. I've done lots of videos about it. I'll do another one if you guys want to hear about it, but there's so much detail. It was crazy. She cried. Caroline's in it. Al's in it. She cries on her wedding day. I mean, she cries. Like, damn, girl. But Caroline was there every time to dry her tears and then go tell Al what Tom was doing wrong and what he needed to take care of. No joke, seriously. I mean, I don't know if you guys can see some of this, but it's a very beautiful home. It is minimalistic. If you want to look at all of the pictures, they're going to be on dirt.com. They are the ones who came up with the article. It does look very much Dina Manzo. I don't know. You guys probably can't see this very good, so I will. But, yeah. So, beautiful home. Big purchase. And I didn't know that David was a industrial mogul, but I did know that he was in like the car business. So, and then I think, the last thing I wanted to talk to you guys about is, let's see, Deb. I love to read y'all's comments. Deb says, I can't stand her. She's like, Danielle, stop. Not a good family background. That's not the recipe in Jersey. Never talk about a mom. MJ used her as a storyline and sort of referred to her as a drunken SLUT. Ooh, girl. Carlos is a good producer. You can see it when he interviews David. David loosens up and gets it funny. I agree. Deb, now she is kind of working for her. She is sometimes podcasting on with Dana Wilkie and speaking pro Marge. What? So, yeah, I didn't know. I mean, I know that Thea and Dana Wilkie are good friends. I know Dana professionally, and over the last couple of years, we've always kind of known each other and spoken. She's always been very gracious and kind to me when I've been on her show. And, actually, Thea's always been really nice to me, too. But I don't know what's going on. I'm not getting paid. I wish that I was getting paid. So if someone can sign me the F up to where I'm getting paid, I would love that. Okay. I'm just letting you guys know that. I'm not going to go on a rant by any means because people are so annoying and they constantly are like crusty and they're like, you can't get them off of you. Like a crusty scab or something. You're like, ugh. And they just keep coming for you. Like, anyways, guys, I'm not getting paid by Louis. I don't think Trey Fab's getting paid by Louis. I don't think Melissa's old nose is getting paid by Louis. She's been around on Twitter for years and years. We've just all been harassed pretty much, and we stood up for ourselves. And so now, because we stood up for ourselves, we have become a standing target now for these people. And we just take it and we keep taking it and we keep taking it and we don't get paid. We actually get the opposite. We kind of get shit on a little bit, to be honest. I mean, I would be happy with a discount for BravoCon. Like, damn, give me a press something. Like, it's like Bravo sucks us dry. They get all this content, all this press, fan accounts, stan accounts, Twitter, Instagram. Like, a lot of free press comes out of us, me, you guys, commenting, watching, talking about Bravo Housewives, Vanderpump, all of it. And so it would just be nice to at least not be targeted by their talent all the time. Like, damn. Literally, I get screenshots of it because I have blocked people prior to Pizzagate because there's some people I just don't deal with at all. Like, I don't even want to be, I don't have no dealings, like none. I don't want to be nice. I don't want to be mean. I don't want to be mad. I just want to be, I don't know you. I'm just going to keep walking, right? Like, I'm just walking. So, just letting you guys know that me and Trey Fab are not the same account. Me and Trey Fab and Melissa's owners are not getting paid by Louis, and I wish that I was. So, Louis, if you're handing out Walmart gift cards, I won't be picky. I'm just saying. Like, I mean, I do like, places like, I don't know. Can I get a Macy's gift card or something? But I'm gonna need like $1,000 gift card, not a $500 gift card for Macy's, because Macy's is expensive, huh? He could just go grab me a bag out of Teresa's closet, like close his eyes and grab one and just send it to me, and I will be fine with that, right? Like, maybe he could like send me and Melissa's old nose and Trey Fab, like, I don't know, matching like t-shirts or something cute like that, or like cute sunglasses or some Louis Vuitton, something, anything. We love Louis Vuitton. We love Chanel. I'm sure that Trey Fab, she loves Chanel too, right? We all love Chanel. We all love Louis Vuitton. We love Hernandez, like Christian Dior. Like, we love it all. So if, just saying. We also love BravoCon. We really love BravoCon. We really love Vegas. We would really love VIP Vegas, BravoCon, but I'm sure that's not going to be happening. So, yeah, guys, no, unfortunately, no money exchanges. I can't speak for the other ladies. I know, like, what we discuss in private, obviously. And to me, they have never shared that they have received any sort of compensation to post anything. Especially in Trey Fab's case, she really didn't post like she does now until the moment that they came for her, which was the same exact time that they came for me, just a little bit more aggressively. And so she really took up a stand for me. And because of that, they've targeted her and then tried to say that her and I are the same exact person. And we're not. So, I mean, the woman lives in another country, like 5 different time zones away. It's not rocket science. Just saying. Just because other teams run multiple accounts through multiple people, you might not, I mean, like, they'll have like one account and like 5 people have access to, and they all go post and comment. That's not happening over here, guys. We're like our own entities, our own opinions, our own thoughts. Like, Trey Fab has her own reasons for posting what she posts and why she feels the way that she feels. Just ask her. She will tell you. She will. She has no problem in telling you. And they can't touch her because they got nothing on her. Nothing. And they're like, the tactics, they don't work. And so that's why they really don't like her and I, again, because they think we're the same person. And poor Melissa's old nose, I don't even think she could even like get on Instagram because they kept getting her account shut down. So she was reported that many times. She literally couldn't even keep an Instagram account because her account was getting habitually reported, or somebody has somebody on the inside. I don't know. But it would be really nice that maybe now that they are on a pause, that we can take a little bit of a break from New Jersey and maybe go on and talk about some other franchises or cover some other shows. And I don't know. It's like the water's so muddy between content creators and like housewives in New Jersey. It's just insane to me. It's insane to me a little bit. I've never really we've never seen this really happen before. So I don't know what Bravo is going to do, but I think they have a little bit of a problem here. Some people stated, like, is this bribery if somebody takes a $500 gift card? And then I don't know if it's bribery because I'm not an attorney. I don't know what that means. I think that Thea was alluding that it was more of like a thank you gift for getting her the pizza oven and like the legwork of getting the pizza oven online. And I don't know how easy that was. And maybe that's what the gift card was for. I don't know. I don't know why the best friend didn't have an NDA if she was like an investigator. That's the only thing that really where I get lost at is like allegedly the best friend had an assignment from Louis to take down Margaret allegedly, and that this publicist contacted your mom's watching account to help with that. But does that sound right? Because I thought that she told us that her friend was the one that worked for Bo Deal that was interviewing or like going to see Vanessa. Do you guys remember that? I thought that Thea told us that her good friend was working for Bo Deal. And that's how we found out Louis was having somebody go spy on Vanessa. Does that sound right? Did anybody else hear that, or did I just make that up in my head? Because I swear to God, isn't that the whole reason why Vanessa allegedly put a not a restraining order, but like a restraining order on Louis recently, because she had alleged that this woman had came into her office and had several sessions and was under a fictitious name and was led back to Bo Deedle. And then I thought that your mom's watching account came out and said that that woman was her friend and had confided in her. Okay, Rachel, I'll give you a quick rundown. What allegedly happened was, first of all, Louis' ex-girlfriend, Vanessa, they have a lot of back and forth. You can find all of their documents on duckingbravo.com. There's a 3-part in her stories. It has everything. Vanessa recently filed a new restraining order alleging that a fictitious woman, had been sent to her establishment receiving services under a fictitious name sent by Louis Ellis, because Louis Reales had hired Bo Deal, and they had sent this woman to Vanessa's office. And the only reason that Vanessa, the ex-girlfriend, found out that the woman was fictitious was because she accumulated a bill. Allegedly, the woman was asking her questions like, would you go back to your ex if he ever got divorced? Do you still love your ex? I'm not really sure. Then another account comes out, your mom is watching account. This account got very big when Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Do you remember when the Patrick Summers things came out and he had claimed that he had been working for Kathy Hilton to take Lisa Rinna down, but then it turned out he was actually working for Lisa Rinna, but came out and pretended like he was working for Kathy Hilton to get public opinion. Okay. She had exposed that during the Beverly Hills. That was a really, really big thing, right? That's how her and I actually started corresponding. But then she came out and said that somehow along the lines, Louis was paying a publicist money to run a campaign against Margaret for 30 days. And that after the job could be longer, but it was going to be either 500 or 5,000 for 30 days, right? And that this publicist went and gathered two other people and came up with their plan to um, take Margaret down, the smear campaign, okay? This gets released. Then your mom's watching account comes out with DMs allegedly from Louis, and she says she sort of feels kind of threatened by these DMs. And they mention a $500 Walmart gift card that allegedly Margaret had given to your mom's watching account, because your mom's watching account was also the account who had purchased the pizza oven and went and met Margaret and gave it to her, because Margaret had planned to take the pizza oven to the reunion. Okay. So when the DMs get posted, somebody debunks the DMs and says that they cannot be correct because there's no blue check mark by Louis' name. And also his name's not underlined. Different places where it looked like it was copy and pasted. I don't know if it was or not. The message from your mom's watching account to Louis originally, because she actually messaged him first, was, hey, I'm good friends with Melissa Feaster, which I kind of thought was weird, but whatever. Melissa Feaster is the one that does Teresa's podcast with her. And I like something about, basically, I'm aware of what's going on, and, you know, I'm here to help. So just let me know if you need anything. And he never responded. But allegedly, he responded after your mom's watching account came out and said that him and Teresa had allegedly hired this publicist, and this publicist had retained several media people, I guess not making them sign NDAs, because allegedly one of those was your mom's watching very good friends, and that's how she found out about it. So that's where I'm getting confused on which one is her friend and what happened to the girl that was allegedly investigating Vanessa. Maybe I made that up in my head. I could have, but I really don't think that I did. I swear I thought I heard that. But alleging again that Bravo was very upset with Teresa and Louis over this, and that they wanted to take Margaret down and take down her line from Walmart. However, her line from Walmart is not really a line. If you go online and look at it, it is used Macbeth collection clothing, size small and extra small. I'm not being mean. I'm just giving you the truth. It's not like a huge line of brushes that she's like doing pop-up shots and promoting. It's Macbeth, which I think was her line before, shirts that are pre-worn, sizes small, extra small, and then some like original items like cell phone cases and keychains and such. Okay, so I don't know. But if you appreciate YouTubers and content creators that are not swayed by gift cards or any one other side, like, show us some love and support, because sometimes like people like the real Andy BH, you know, he's been growing his channel for 3 years. 3 years the man's been growing his channel, and to get demonetized is a very big deal. That was his income. He was doing it full time. So I don't know what the solution is. I'm taking names of anyone that's been affected, because I feel like one day there might be that commercial that's like, if you were involved in, you may be entitled to money. Like, I don't know. Maybe this will happen somewhere and somebody will get Bravo's attention and help get this cleared up, but I highly doubt it. So Yo-Yo says some fans are mad at Fuda for taking up the reunion time, accusing Louis of contacting his ex because they wanted BravoCon incidents we talked about. Interesting take, Yo-Yo. I don't think that they had any intention of talking about BravoCon. We know that Bravo has been very, very diligent in protecting Melissa and Joe, giving them good edits, and also helping with their personal, like, persona, if you will. They didn't want BravoCon talked about. Okay, they did not want that talked about. They also didn't bring up anything about this whole situation with the ovens and the publicists, because they're keeping that from us too. So in a way, it seems like it angered the other team that it wasn't put in the reunion about the whole publicist, the pizza oven, the $500, yada yada yada. And then also it was angered by other side of fans that were upset that nothing was spoke about BravoCon and the incident that took place with Jennifer Aiden and Joe Gorga. I don't know. As fans, I feel like we have to hold Bravo sort of accountable. It seems like kind of bullshit that like we, Robin Dixon, somebody wrote, and this was a great point, their DM, I actually screenshotted it and I'm going to post it. But if we go back to the Real Housewives of Potomac and we find out that Robin knows that Juan has cheated, we find out that Giselle is known and they don't share it, right? And we get like mad about it. But like Melissa and Margaret, they all knew this a year prior to filming. So they faked us all season long. When we seen the scene at Margaret's house, when Margaret has Melissa and Jen Fessler and Jackie over, and she tells them, oh, Teresa and Jennifer met with my ex-best friend, Laura Lee Jensen, and they all act so shocked. It's completely fake. They tell on themselves because Margaret said, we all knew this a year ago. Jennifer had a rat in her camp. She had a leak. We found out right away. We knew what was going on. So, and they never brought it up on camera. Melissa knew for a whole year that there was a rumor out about her sleeping or hooking up with this guy and the publicist and the whole deal, and she never brought it up, and nobody else brought it up. Nobody else brought it up. Nobody else brought it up. Because that's the thing with this whole mother or sister-in-law thing. Teresa couldn't bring it up because if Teresa brought it up, she would get blamed for it, right? Jennifer can't necessarily bring it up because Jennifer's Teresa's best friend. So therefore, she'll be guilty by association, right? Margaret doesn't want to bring it up because she's the one that opened her big fat mouth to her best friend anyway. So she's probably licking Melissa's, rear end to keep her friends because they got to save face. Because if they fall out, then everyone's going to know what's going on, right? And Jackie's surely not going to bring it up because she just had a breakdown over Evan allegedly cheating. Okay, so we gotta hold somebody accountable somewhere. How come Potomac, we have so much outrage that they held Juan's cheating? We know that we had proof though, obviously, but all we got was we never would have even heard about it if Danielle wouldn't have been the one to tell Melissa. So I'm just saying. So is Fessler saying she hates Ziggy? I don't know. Is she saying that? I could take or leave Fessler. She was okay. Like, again, guys, we only have 43 minutes of the Real Housewives of New Jersey or whomever after commercials. Like, we don't have a whole lot of time for comic relief. You're already giving us like the men doing their dumb shit that sometimes it's funny and sometimes it's not. It's like a hit or miss. Some people think it's funny. Some people think it's chauvinistic and terrible and disgusting. And then we get like these individual scenes where nothing's going on at Margaret's house. Nothing's really going on in Melissa's house. Nothing's really going on in Jackie's house. Nothing much going on over at Rachel's house. And then they're like, oh, let's, So it's like all in what they want to make time for. They film it. I feel like they talk about it at the reunion and then they make cuts. I definitely don't think that Bravo wants us to know that there are housewives out there purchasing bloggers, even if it's not specifically Margaret to your mom's watching account. Okay. That's just an example. That doesn't necessarily mean that that is what was happening there or that's what happened in that particular situation. But that should let you guys know, like, that some people can be bought and paid for, right? It's as simple as that. So all you have to do, it's just like when you go to the store and you want to buy a magazine, right? And you have like all the magazines that you pick from, OK, US, Radar, and then you pick the one that you like or the one that you feel like is most credible. Make sure that you guys are hitting that like button, please. It helps my videos. It's a great free way to support my channel, please. Thank you so much. Yes, guys, hit the like button. I appreciate it. I'm on TikTok. I don't know. I did a live on TikTok. I was a little scared. Sometimes people on TikTok can be mean. They're like Twitter. You don't know what you're gonna get. So, but Rachel and John chosen to be resident suck-ups to Joe and Melissa. We all know the Fuda's gay free towel to the Gorgas. Hi, Freddie. I just gave you a shout out earlier because I said that I saw about Dina Manzo purchasing a $16 million mansion in California. The news just broke 3 hours ago, and Freddie Reality Diamond had posted it on his story. So make sure you guys go follow him on Instagram. That's Freddie. He's at Reality Diamond, and he's on Instagram, and he always has the scoop for us. So I want to know what Rachel's businesses are. I'm still a little agitated with her tagline. Her tagline was, I'm too busy running my businesses to care about yours. One. Number two, I want to know what happened to this alleged picture of a thread between Lexi, Margaret, and Melissa that allegedly was discussing the SUV back of the car incident that was posted to Instagram for several seconds, but then deleted, and then brought up again on I think it was Andy Cyrus radio show. Somebody called in, brought up the text message thread. There was a Bravo producer that agreed that they had seen it, knew about it as well, and then we just never hear anything about it again. Margaret has an assistant that she had for 7 years that she sent back to Canada. I don't know if she's the one that took the picture, but allegedly, again, it was a photo of a thread of a conversation between Melissa, Margaret, and Lexi. And allegedly, it said something along the lines like, don't say anything, Melissa. And she said, like, she replied, like, no shit, or something like that. Freddie, he said, Rachel's tagline should have been, I'm too busy having my head up Melissa's ass to have my head up yours. It's bad. I know. It's so bad. It is. Also, guys, it was funny to see that allegedly they're saying that Dolores has picked a side, that she has picked Teresa's side. I saw it on All About the Truth. They were talking about whenever they had gotten done filming for Teresa's wedding special. I think the ladies, what we find with the ladies is when they wrap filming and they get to take off their microphones, they're excited to like cut loose now, because even though they're giving us reality TV, obviously if you know that you're being recorded, you're mic'd, if you have a brain, you're going to be, different than you are not recorded. And so Dolores talks about being at Teresa's wedding. Teresa, they wrap up filming. She takes her muff off. She's excited. She goes finds Dolores. She's like, guys, let's go party. Where's everyone at? And Margaret had left, and Jen Fessler had left. Like, they had all just came, ate, signed for their paycheck, complained about giving a gift, even though they got paid off of the backs of Louis and Teresa, because if it wasn't for their wedding, they would have got paid. I know about the tile company and the pizzeria, but isn't it the brother who's in charge of them? I thought that there was a valet service. I thought that John Fuda said that he owned a valet. We've done one before, but would love to do more lives together. Yes, I know. We need to. Well, Freddie's a very busy man. Very busy. But we need to do that. I just need to know a good time for him, and I will work around his schedule. I heard something about Melissa's niece. Hey, we can't talk about her because we might have to go into protective custody. Okay. We can't talk about, because we might have to go into protective custody. I want to keep my kneecaps, Kelly. Okay. That's what got me in trouble in the first place. I don't think it's nieces either, guys. It's like they have said before, they treat their first cousins like brothers and sisters. So we have Melissa and her two older sisters, and then their first cousins they treat like brothers and sisters. And so I think they consider their children nieces and nephews. And I'm actually the same way with my first cousins, but that's because I'm an only child. So just saying. They have businesses, I think, in Tom's River. I think that they own like a salon, and I think that's the uncle that helped pay for Melissa's college. Because if you guys remember, she had cousins on her podcast, and one of them spoke about how her dad had paid for Melissa's college. And which was a little confusing because we had always heard that Melissa had to work 3 jobs to get through college. I might talk about it. They should come to London to find me. I mean, really, Freddie, like you and Trey Fab, both of you are like in the UK. You guys are the only safe ones, literally, that can speak on things. Sometimes I send her stuff because I'm like, I cannot even. Oh, Kelly's bad. Kelly really wants to get in trouble. She wants to get everyone in trouble today. Yeah, they are very close family. Eddie said Jennifer went to bat for him, and the video interview is back up. Is it? So you guys, Bravo be doing people so shady, like so shady. And allegedly that it was MG who was going crazy on going on all those podcasts at the beginning of the season. And that was initially what really started the start of this gag order, because she was ignoring producers and just blowing out podcasts. Remember, she was like on Jeff Lewis and all that stuff. Yeah. And the Fuda's house, somebody, like, I think it was All About the Truth. They posted a photo of their house, the Fuda's house, because it's like a nice house, but it doesn't have any landscaping at all. And that is a little weird. When you have a lot of money, it is weird that you wouldn't have any landscape up and going. Eddie did a new podcast about it, and Jen really went to bat for him. Okay, so pause. Did they do a new podcast altogether and put that one up? Because I was confused as to why Jennifer was on. Wasn't she on All About the Truth like a day before that? And again, if this is like a gag order, is their contract still valid if they're on pause? I do think their contract is still valid. There was a woman, her name was Barbie, and I used to follow her on Instagram, and now I'm wondering where she went. But she was like in a deal with Bethany Frankel, and she actually got a cease and desist, and they were like fighting because she was like in a contract to do a reality show that had gotten put on pause because of the pandemic. And in the contract, she wasn't allowed to make any money for herself at all. She couldn't even do videos from her closet, yada yada yada. So I think that sometimes they do have those little catchphrases on. Yes, Deb, I thought that she was on All About the Truth. Yes, Catherine is confirming. Yes. So the interview, that's what I mean. I don't understand. It had to have been the phone call with Teresa. That's the only thing that I can think of that would have made Eddie's video be on Bravo's radar versus All About the Truth. Peggy says All About the Truth was asked to take their podcast too, but they wouldn't take it down. That's weird. Because Eddie is like one of the more like out of the box free thinkers. You know what I'm saying? You know how some people are like black, like I'm surprised. Deb says they put Eddie's back up. Is it the same one, Deb, or is it a new one? Okay, hold on. Yo-Yo says yes. Yes, guys. Both Eddie and Roxanne said Jen fought for her interviews. Interviews are still up and unedited. They want to keep it up in support of Jen. Well, good. I'm glad, because even though Jennifer says that I feel bad because I feel like I made her mad one time when I just said that I didn't feel like Andy Cohen. Like, I just felt like he was like, had like an attitude with her sometimes. Like, I don't know. I pinged on that a long time ago. Like, he had made a comment about like sharing, because her house shares a driveway or something. Do you guys remember that? And I don't know. I just get that feeling sometimes from him. And I don't think it's like anything that she like does or is like does wrong or anything. I think that any woman that has enough money that can basically be like F you, he doesn't like that. He gets nervous if you have a lot of money and you say like, I don't need the show, or like that. He doesn't like that, I feel like. And I'm not sure if that's why he kind of is the way he is with her, or if really he's just so team Melissa and Joe, and she is like on the opposite end and she's really batting for Teresa. I don't know, but do you guys feel like he is like wrongfully dismissive of her sometimes? Like, I don't even know the right word. Like, he does it to all the women at some point, obviously, but I don't know. I just get a vibe from him sometimes that I don't like towards her. And she says it's fine, like obviously it's her boss, and that she wasn't upset about BravoCon like not being mentioned. And when she was kind of cut off, whenever Rachel like looked at Andy and was like, "Can you just make her stop?" And he was like, "Oh, she'll run out of gas soon enough." What? Like, I don't know. It kind of leaves me speechless a little bit. And then again, like, I don't know. I don't want to get into all of it, but I just feel like Bravo really is. Andy can be the mean girl for real. He can be a mean girl. And when he feels like it for no reason, and it's a mutual target, it's like sometimes in the mean girl group or any girls group, even at work, if they have a mutual target, then everything's fine. Everyone has a mutual target. Everyone can get along and they'll just all agree to hate the one person. But yeah, I don't know. Something has definitely changed. Andy doesn't respect the women. He loves to see them fight. They're like toys to him. It's bizarre. I agree with you, Catherine, but I really feel like there's like a different level of disrespect when it comes to Jennifer Aiden. And I think it is because of the Gorgas. I don't know. I just get that feeling. I mean, Jennifer's an amazing housewife. Like, she should be, OG status coming very, very soon, for real. She's been on the show. She has given us everything. She owned up to an affair that her husband had 10 years ago, gave all of the details. She's put all of her friends out there. Freddie says Jen is BFS with Teresa. She knows she'll be able to talk about Andy when the time is right. I like that. I just get like frustrated because I think a lot of people were frustrated about the BravoCon. I think that they wanted an explanation because of how derogatory the words and the response of, JG was. It was so bad and it was so foul that there were people. I mean, you have to consider your genre. Like, what is your, like, who are the people that are watching the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills or New Jersey? Are they people that think it's okay to go around and call people, nasty, see you next Tuesdays and all? Like, no, I don't think so. So that's why I think that people saw disappointment, because maybe they had hoped that Bravo would have like done the right thing and had him apologize just in general and, keep it short and sweet and to the point, but at least give an apology. My opinion, of course, that's just my opinion. He likes flashy, obnoxious women like Tamara, Rena, Erica. He even gave Garcelle a condescending tone. Why? Yeah, any woman I feel like that knows their worth and knows that they don't need have to be like that their world's not going to end if they're not on the show. He doesn't like it. Kelly says, "You know what is hilarious? Watch What Happened Live's continued to air." I cannot put that comment out there, Kelly, but I can't comment on that at this moment. The producers are scared of promoting Teresa because she's married to Louis, and the lawsuit he has against him worse than Joe Gorga because of Vanessa, the ex, because of the allegations. And Deb says Andy needs to be on pause. You're right, Lindsay. Yeah, he does. He needs to be on pause. He can't handle all the franchises, all the women. He can't keep up with all of them. Andy's promoting a book. Andy has Watch What Happens Live. Like, you got to, sometimes it's about quality, not quantity, right? Like, I would rather see a put together Andy Cohen any day of the week than like a rundown, burnout, tired, grouchy, been up for a couple of days, slicked his hair back and whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you are gonna do Watch What Happens Live and you're gonna do a book, then you know what? Why don't you guys like split the Housewives up? And then don't take Miami from Peacock either. I went off about this yesterday because it pisses me off. I love Peacock. Peacock blesses us with like 5 episodes at one time. Like, here you go, get into the series. Meanwhile, Bravo's over here giving us 12 episodes of New Jersey. I'm sorry, maybe 13 episodes of New Jersey, stretching them out like little breadcrumbs, leaving us hanging, giving us filler episodes. If we only have 13 episodes in a season, there should be no fillers. You don't get fillers if there's only 13 episodes. The fact that Watch What Happens Live continues to even air is a joke. I mean, I agree with this to an extent. Like, I think Watch What Happens Live concept is great. I get it. It's like, it's great to see the ladies after the show airs. They have a couple drinks. It's a relaxed environment. I love all of that, but it needs cleaned up. It needs a refresher. You know, find another host, maybe a couple of nights a week, or have somebody else host certain housewives reunions, because if you can't keep up with it all. And now you're taking Miami, and I'm pissed off about it. Because Bravo can have the gift that keeps on giving, and they just screw it up. It's like they just will screw everything up. Like, they will screw it up. They had Kathy Hilton and they screwed that up. I'm just saying. Rachel says Walmart is like Amazon now. They allow you to sell on a platform. So is a deal with Walmart. Mark has to just sell stuff on the platform. So she's selling used clothing. Freddie, why was Joe kicked out of his first year of college? Andy can't handle women over 40. I watched minutes of his other reunions like VPR, and they were screaming, but Andy wasn't yelling. He only did it on Jersey. I agree. And then he wants to complain. Here's my thing. Don't complain that you were there. You got paid how much money? Thousands and thousands of dollars. Don't make dinner reservations when you have a reunion to film. How about that? That's what I'm saying. He wants his cake to eat it too. And then he also wants us to feel bad for him. Are you freaking kidding me? Come on. Some people put 10, 12 hours in every day, 5 days a week, and their paycheck still ain't shit. It's really convenient that they put out 4 episodes immediately, impossible to savor and enjoy. I feel it's Bravo, Andy, and production that should be held accountable. I agree with you. I think they didn't talk about the publicist. They knew it was bullshit. Andy is addicted to money. He must be addicted to money. I don't know what else it could possibly be. Carlos King debunked Margaret's receipt from a producer's perspective. Well, I didn't even see her have a receipt. What receipt did she have? We only saw her have the envelopes. Or we saw her with an envelope, actually. And it's so funny because someone said it was the same kind of envelope that Lisa Rinna had at the reunion that she didn't show us. Watch What Happens Live is not live. LOL. You're so funny, Yo-Yo. You're right. It's not live. It's not live. Deb, sadly, Carlos King will never return as long as Andy Cohen works for Bravo and NBC. I completely agree. Yeah, I agree. Crazy, guys. I don't know. Let me know in the comments what you guys are thinking. How do you guys feel? Do you want to see... What do you guys want to see? Do you want to see Melissa and Teresa stay on? Do you feel like the Gorgas, need to be gone? I know that I've talked about before, I wish that Teresa would have kept herself separate from Louis, because I do feel you have the court of public opinion. And now, because, he's so involved, it's if you love Teresa, you have to love Louis too. And sometimes I feel like women... You can't force men onto women to you know what I mean? There's in other Housewives franchises, it's not important that we have to like their husbands, right? It's not important, really. I mean, is it? There's been a lot of house husbands that have been slimy, Married to Medicine that have been slimy, and whatever. But it's different with Melissa and Teresa and Joe and Louis, and Bravo is putting so much on them as a couple. Why is Louis if it's that serious, why is he even got to film? He has his own job, he has money. Why is he even got to film? Cut down on the husbands altogether. If that's the problem, we don't got to see Louis. I mean, I'm not being mean. Do we got to see Louis, guys? We don't really got to see Louis. I'm not trying to be mean, but we don't got to see Louis. If we don't like Louis, producers feel like viewers don't like Louis, guess what? Film Teresa with the women. Simple solution. Stop pushing the man on everybody. I want to see lifestyles. They forced Louis on us. They did. Margaret and Thea became friends. She said it. Jeez. I love Teresa, but don't love Louis. I can separate. I agree, Deb. I feel the same way. I think Louis is a good guy. I mean, I watched the 3-part series. Nobody's perfect. But again, I don't watch The Real Housewives of New Jersey to watch Louis. I don't. I just don't. So I could take it or lose him. I'd rather lose him because I'd rather see Teresa with the ladies, right? Because she's different when she's with the ladies than when she's with her husband. Just like we are ladies, right? We're different sometimes when we're with our significant other than if we're just with a bunch of women hanging out. So my solution to Bravo would be kick the husbands, right? Lisa, they're just trying to, it's like they're trying to milk every damn dollar out of this house husband's dream. This dream that there was going to be a house husbands, right? And that screams all over it, right? Because that was going to be his thing. That was going to be his thing. So, all right, guys, make sure that you hit that like button, subscribe to my channel, turn your notifications on, and I hope that you guys have an amazing day. Check out my 2 videos I'm going to upload. They're just short and sweet and to the point and more detailed on some of the subjects we discussed today. Bye, guys.